Stellantis likes to cut and cut and cut in this name of saving a few bucks or saving money to try to help with their stock price, right? That's what they're known for. Well, I think the cuttings are going far enough now where Wall Street is worrying that they can't even manufacture cars. So welcome on back to TK's Garage, and I saw this over on the street. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys. But the latest move from the international automaker may be detrimental to future products. In early August of 2024, the multinational automaker Stellantis, the parent company of established American auto brands Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, announced that it would be laying off nearly 2,450 workers, while it sunsets the production of the Ram 1500 Classic, a truck that predates Stellantis and has been in production for about 15 years. At the time, labor advocates like the United Auto Workers lambasted Stellantis' decision to cease producing the old model, despite Stellantis assuring that the affected workers would get a year of supplemental unemployment benefits paid by the automaker, a year of transition assistance, and 2 years of health coverage. In a statement, Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares for the cuts, calling the decision an example of unapologetic corporate greed. Stellantis' CEO Carlos Tavares is a disgrace, this is a quote from Sean Fain, and an embarrassment to a once great American company. While GM and Ford report fantastic profits and increased sales, Stellantis is going backwards. Meanwhile, Tavares jacks up his own pay by 56% while laying off thousands of workers. At a Detroit area rally later the same month, U.S. vice presidential hopeful J.D. Vance solely blamed the cuts on the Democratic presidential nominee and incumbent, Vice President Harris, noting that she has done nothing in response. When American businesses threatened to shut down factories and move them to Mexico and China, Trump picked up the phone and said, if you do that, I'm going to introduce a little word called the tariff. So Stellantis did say that they were going to follow through on their promise, but what is going on in where the street is looking at the cuts is the recent selling or putting up for sale the Arizona proving grounds could end up costing Stellantis more money in the long time. Now, I know you're going to say, well, didn't they say they're going to use the Toyota facilities that are there? Because Toyota opened it up to everybody, their facility up to everybody where people can come in and rent the facility for X amount of time if they're working on a vehicle or, need to go through proving grounds. But Wall Street is now looking at more than just executive musical chairs like Stellantis has been doing. And they're looking at actual cuts that could hurt production of future products, like not having those proving grounds could hurt future products, unless they're going to be doing this stuff in Europe or out of the country, which is what Wall Street is also now seeing, is that Stellantis is probably most likely going to move all of this manufacturing out of the United States. They'll have proving grounds outside of the United States, and they will try to import those vehicles back into the U.S. Yes, imported American vehicles. Sounds crazy, right? Now, I already know you're going to say, well, GM does it already with the Chevy Trax. It's from Korea. So does Buick. So does... Yeah, I get it. But when the majority or all of your vehicles as an American automaker are coming from and or are assembled in another country and you bring it back, that's not an American vehicle anymore. You get what I'm saying? And Carlos Tavares has already been very clear about that Stellantis is not an American company. I wonder if that's going to change depending on what the political climate ends up being in November, and if he has to kind of kiss ass and fall on his sword. It will be interesting to see what happens in that regard. I thought it was interesting, and I figured I'd drop it as like the morning video for you guys today when I saw this article over at the street. Because here's the thing. When the big money, when the investors are looking at you and going, wait a minute, you're selling your proving grounds to just save a couple of bucks right now when that could pay massive dividends in the future. Carlos Tavares is literally trying to do anything he can right now to try to cut, inflate profit or inflate cash flow so that when the earnings are going to drop October 31st. And when that happens, oh, is it going to be a bloodbath, as they say, for that stock? That stock is probably going to, it's already in the 12s. It wouldn't surprise me if it falls to 11 or maybe even into the 10s, like $10 and some change. But I leave the question to you. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Go check out our other channel, TK's Garage, too. That's where we do a lot of the rebuilds and auction content and things of that nature. And I'm trying to post more and more of that stuff over there. Cadillac almost killed me the other day. That was fun times after a shop did exceptionally horrible work on the car. You should like that. There's a lot of drama in those videos coming soon. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens now that Wall Street and some of the other big money guys or people that cover big money are literally looking at this and going, damn, this really looks like a company that could be bankrupt by this time next year. Anyways, as always, thank you guys very much for watching, and stay petty, my friends.